All right, here with Merrimack head coach Joe Gallo and Little Joe. Following a 67-54 victory over Fairfield, Coach, can we start with an opening comment on your team's performance here this afternoon?
Yeah, I thought that was, start to finish, obviously kind of let our foot off the gas there the last 2 minutes or so, but, one of our best just complete game performances. We got off to two slow starts out in California and dug ourselves a hole a little bit in those games. You're always a little bit nervous when you don't play for 12 or 13 days, that first game back from break, especially when, our opponent had a game under their belt a little bit. But for us to get out and jump on them early like that, I thought it really set the tone. We really never let them back in it for the duration of the game.
Open it up to questions.
Speaking of setting a tone, I think number 5 did a good job of that tonight, this afternoon I should say, and we all know he can do it, but how much, the lift is that when he comes out, starts 4 for 4 from 3?
Yeah, that was huge, and we've all, like you said, we've all seen him do it before. We're now shooting the ball. The way this roster was built around Bud is to surround him with a lot of shooting, and we weren't necessarily looking that way early on, but if you take out some of those early Rutgers, VCU, Butler, we are like 37, 38% from three as a team. So when you got a guy like Bud, who's in my eyes the best player in the league, and then you have the defense we have, and then you have all these other guys making shots, that's when we're really tough to beat.
Those early games too, I think you talked about this a little bit, but how much of that, like when you are playing a Rutgers or a VCU or a Butler, how much of the struggles from three in those games are matchup based? Because I imagine that's
it's a different, it's such a hard one because people just looks at the raw number, but all threes aren't created equal. Like the size and the length that's closing out on you, the speed you got to get it off at, you're trying to run offense and you got guys, super athletes holding and grabbing and taking you out of offense. So you don't necessarily get the looks you get when you get back to playing, like I always say, people that look like you. We see these guys shoot every day. This is, we have we break up into shooting groups just about every day, and there's a hoop of Matt Beck, Armandis, and Devin Savage. And, we have numbers dating back to Ryan Bolter 9 years ago, and those three, they wear the nets out down at their end. So, we see them do it every day, and now it's great for them that it's coming to fruition.
Able to force 15 turnovers today. Again, that's the recipe you guys thrive off of. Able to create points off of those today and finish in the plus category there. Just your thoughts on being able to turn them over effectively.
Yeah, they're not a team who turns it over a whole lot, and neither are we. So it was going to be kind of, we talked about if we we had 8 turnovers, they had 15. There's 7 extra possessions right there, and a lot of them with us are live ball that gives you good offensive opportunities. So, the 2 things we always hung our hat on is, deflections and steals and turning people over, and guarding the 3. And those 2 things are who we've been. We gave up 1 3-point make today, and our manager had us for 34 deflections, which probably means it's 40 plus, because I'm not sure he gets everyone. He's usually up cheering and stuff. So if I go back and count, he's probably off about 10, which, to have 40 plus deflections in a game, in a pretty low possession game, your activity level's got to be pretty high.
Coach, they had 17 offensive rebounds. Do you attribute that to just the size difference, or maybe something that could be a deeper concern later on?
You know what? We've over the years, it's just we get beat on the glass a lot. Some of it's our defense. It's not like man. It's sometimes harder to find some guys. There's some different shots. There's some long rebounds. We just talk about not giving up rebounds that lead to like point blank layups. So we just got to swarm an area and get bodies in areas. And if they're going to get the offensive rebound, we got to make sure they throw it out, and we got time to set our defense, and then we'll hang our hat on getting the other stop. But yeah, it's always a concern. The number looks bad, but we had a game where we were up 20 with about 1:30 to go, and we got out-rebounded 41-23. So, we've won plenty of games that way. We do a lot of other things well to make up for it, but we will continue to talk about the rebounding and hopefully decrease that number as we move forward.
I was going to say off that, they had 17 offensive rebounds, but only 12 second chance points. So, that's, what do you you just attribute that to continuing to play defense even
Yeah,
after they're.
continuing to play,
Yeah.
like, make sure it's not like, you know, just standing and watching get it and put it in, making sure like there's 2 or 3 guys going after it and they catch it in the crowd so they can't put it right back in, so. Yeah, if you go on those 17 extra possessions, you know, 12 points and 17 possessions ends up being pretty good defense. But again, that number's too high, it's something that, you know, we'll continue to work on.
Any other questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.